Welcome, everyone, to North of the Broad. I'm Robin Zimmerman. We bring you our show each week from the Pat Conroy Literary Center, which is in downtown Beaufort, of course. It's a beautiful site. If you have not had a chance to come and take a tour and see all the memorabilia of Pat Conroy, you need to come to the Literary Center. And with me now is Executive Director Jonathan Haupt. Good to see you.
You too, Robin.
You had a good summer. Camp was great.
Camp was fantastic. Yes.
We were just talking about that. The kids really got very involved. And then this is the book. I'm sure you can see it that the students put together.
That's right. Free to be newly in our gift shop and available on Amazon as well.
Perfect.
About 20 kids between the ages of 8 and 18 represented in there from this year's Camp Conroy. Yeah.
Just continues to grow and get bigger and better every year.
Thankfully so.
Yes.
We have kids already excited about coming back next year, which is the best review you can get from an 8-year-old about a summer camp.
We're going to spend most of our time, though, talking about the 5th annual Lowcountry Book Club Convention, which is hosted by the Pat Conroy Literary Center. So it is this year 5 days instead of 1.
Yes.
Why did you make that decision?
You know, it seemed like a good idea when I thought of it.
At the time, right?
Yes. It's always been this really wonderful one-day event, a Saturday event. And we've done it 4 years in the past. Even though it has book club in the name, if you're not a member of a book club, don't be intimidated by that. It's just a day celebrating reading and sort of engagement with books. But for year 5, I thought maybe we can do more than one day.
Yes.
And that somehow grew to 5 days.
Which
so
is
here
perfect.
We are.
5,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to review some of the things that will be happening in the 5 days. And of course,
Sure.
It is all free. It's at TCL, the Technical College of the Lowcountry. Saturday is a little bit different. We'll talk about that. But during the week, it starts on a Tuesday.
It does. It starts Tuesday, September 21st, and these are evening events for 4 days, and then the all-day event on Saturday, which you mentioned. So on the 21st, that evening, Holland Perryman, our Conroy Center protege, and I are being interviewed live on Facebook by a book blog called The Right Review. This is our friend Annie McDonald, who's been an instructor for the center a bunch of times. Holland has created a book club at Beaufort High called DALO, Diversity Awareness Youth Literacy Organization, which is now the second largest and fastest growing club at the high school. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that does, because some of the DALO kids are going to be part of what we're doing on Saturday too. So that's that Tuesday night.
So that's Tuesday, okay.
A Wednesday night on my podcast, the Live from the Pat Conroy Literary Center podcast on the Authors on the Air Network, 7 o'clock, I'm interviewing the author, Lauren Marino, who wrote an amazing book called Bookish Broads. That is the selection of the Pulpwood Queens book club that month. So it's nice timing. Lauren's a part-timer on Hilton Head, and she'll be with us in person on Saturday, too.
Okay.
So that, what does that get us to?
Thursday
night. Yes.
Nevermore Books
that
will
is
host
an in-person event with our friends at Nevermore, who've been part of the book club convention from the start. And we're hosting New York Times bestselling author Jason Mott, who was on Good Morning America like 2 weeks ago talking about his third novel, Hell of a Book.
Wow.
Which I think is one of the most important books you can read right now about race relations in this country. It's heartbreaking and hilarious at the same time, and every good thing is happening to Jason all at once. So
and is he in person?
He's coming to Beaufort to appear at Nevermore Books.
Very good.
We managed to squeeze him in between 2 book festivals.
Oh,
so he's
exciting.
being really generous with his time to come and appear in person.
Let's move over to Saturday.
Sure.
So Saturday all day, there is a small fee.
$12. That's all it's going to take to get you into events that go from 10 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. So a really nice bargain. As you mentioned, we're at the Technical College of the Lowcountry. They've been a great partner, very generous with space and with resources for the festival from the very beginning. There is a catered lunch midday that day. Debbie Covington, our dear friend here at the Conroy Center, is doing that again. And I know from years past there are people who've signed up just for the lunch.
For the lunch.
It's that good. $26 for the box lunch. We're in spaces where social distancing is very easy to do. We have 2 book clubs who are participating with us in the first session and the last session. I'll mention those folks quickly. Our local chapter of the Pulpwood Queens here in Beaufort. Nationally, that's the largest book club there is, and we have a chapter here in town. And they're going to present a session on Pat Conroy's 12th book, 12 of 12, A Lowcountry Heart. So we're very excited to hear them respond to Pat's work, particularly as many of them are volunteers here at the center as well.
Right.
At the second session, which is the 11:30 session, that's when our Daylo kids are participating. Okay. And our friend Raquel Henderson, who is the director of the Bluffton Book Festival, is going to interview Tamara Winfrey Harris, who wrote a book called Dear Black Girl, which is also a New York Times bestseller. And Tamara is, again, being really generous with her time to participate in events here as our Lowcountry Book Club convention. But I want to hear how the kids respond to that, and I want to hear adults respond to that. So it's a really nice opportunity for all ages.
And you need to register, obviously, for every day, or
for the free virtual events, you can just show up on our Facebook page during or afterwards and watch it. But for Saturday, which is a ticketed event, you definitely have to register in advance through our Eventbrite page.
All right, so exciting, a lot of going on.
Yes.
Lot of preparation.
Always.
A lot of organization.
But so much fun, too. Yes. And it's a series of virtual and in-person events this year. So if people have concerns about going to a space, there are some sessions they can participate in remotely. If they're videoed, you can watch them after the fact on our Facebook page, too. So there's a lot of ways to engage with all this.
Very good. Thank you, Jonathan. We didn't get a chance to talk about the Pat Conroy the Literary Festival, which is always in November. We'll talk about that next month, all right? So thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate you being with us, and we'll be right back with North of the Broad. Don't go away.